Hi friends, let us try to understand this anterior segment image. This is an image showing some white lines at different meridians on the cornea. This is not an infection because there is no redness or any sign of inflammation in the conjunctiva or in the sclera. So the appearance is of the linear opacities in the peripheral part of the cornea, which is going towards the pupil with no obvious signs of inflammation. These are radial keratotomy scars. This is a procedure which was very commonly done in the beginning of the refractive surgeries to correct very high refractive error. What is done in this procedure is basically the cornea is cut at different meridians up to 90% of the thickness. Once it is cut, it heals by causing the flattening of the cornea, and this helps to reduce the refractive power. This is not done very commonly these days. The most common performed procedures for correction of refractive errors are LASIK or SMILE procedures. I'm sure you all are aware of these. In present days, these procedures are basically limited to correction of astigmatism induced because of the suturing, as in penetrating keratoplasty. So these are surgically induced corneal scars, which sometimes can be very mild to appreciate unless you see them on slit lamp. This is the second image. Here the most obvious thing you can see is the part of the iris is missing inferiorly. There is no conjunctival redness or there is inflammation of the sclera, and the cornea looks crystal clear. The obvious pathology is within the iris tissue, as the iris tissue is missing in the inferior part. And the other thing is, if you can see clearly, you can see the intraocular lens. So this patient is pseudophakic, that is, this patient had cataract extraction done followed by intraocular lens implantation. Doing a cataract surgery in these patients is quite tricky for the obvious reasons that the zonules can be weak, which may need a capsular tension ring to keep the lens stable. Sometimes these people can need scleral fixation in intraocular lenses, or the lens may need to be put in the anterior chamber, that is in front of the iris. So what are the causes for this appearance of the iris? The most common reason is iris coloboma, which is congenital absence of the iris tissue in the iris. These people can have lens coloboma as well as retinal or choroidal coloboma as well. These patients are at risk of developing retinal detachments when they have got choroidal coloboma. The other reason why this iris can appear like this is if there is any obvious history of injury to the eye. We can't see any obvious corneal or scleral scars, so this is iris coloboma with pseudophakia, that is posterior chamber intraocular lens. This third image shows a white opacity in the center of the cornea. You can see the conjunctiva looks white, so there is no inflammation of the conjunctiva or the sclera. If you can see closely, you can see some fine blood vessels here, which is called as vascularization, and there is an opacity. So basically this means there is a corneal scar which has led to some opacification as well as vascularization. There is no active infection in this because there is no redness, and the patient will have blurring of vision obviously because of the scar in the center. So this is one of the sequelae of a corneal ulcer, that is corneal scarring with vascularization. Sometimes there can be deposition of the calcium over the area of the ulcer, which is called band keratopathy. The definitive treatment for this to improve the vision may involve doing a keratoplasty, where you replace the corneal scar with the corneal graft.